We have a well-trained, highly educated group of men and women who serve this community.
The State College Police Department is a very community-minded police department.
We were ranked as the #1 safe city to live in the United States, and there's a reason for that.
State College is probably most known for being home to Penn State University.
And it's a beautiful place to raise a family.
You cannot come to State College and think that it's like other police departments, because it's not. We're different here. And we're different because we're very connected to the community, and we're very sort of old-fashioned in our community service.
If it weren't for Penn State University, we wouldn't be police officers here. It would be a 10-man police department. It would, just be a nice, normal town.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Penn State.
When you're hired here, you pretty much have to understand that in the fall, your life is going to be owned by the Penn State football season.
Within a square mile of the stadium, officers can expect to deal with the 110,000 people who are in the stadium, as well as anywhere from 25,000 to 75,000 people outside in the lots.
We're in situations at times where we got to be smart because we are significantly outnumbered.
As a result of university as well, a lot of times we end up having disturbances and celebrations and things that spill into the downtown area.
We train regularly with the less lethal type of weapons, so that when these events take place, we're not surprised by them. We're able to act in very loud, riotous crowds and resolve them as quickly as possible.
Our department, I believe, is unique compared to many other agencies in that we have so many opportunities for people to specialize in. They may in day-to-day be a police officer, but during certain events they may have specialties that include video surveillance, or they might have specialties that are on the tactical team, or they might be a crash reconstructionist, or they might be a crisis negotiator, and at the same time maybe still doing some day-to-day patrol activities.
When I became a detective, the department sent me away to become specialized for crime scene processing. And I went through almost 150 hours of crime scene processing in all different areas. A lot of what we do now is evidence-based prosecution. The juries are looking for more and more from the police department. They're looking for more evidence to convict certain people. It's almost like the CSI effect now. We do a lot of what you see on TV right now.
All right, first of all, open this book to this page right here.
At the middle school, we have a lot of instruction. We do a program called Life Skills. 7th and 8th grade, it's a spin-off of DARE, but it's more research-based, where we take surveys, and we teach them not only about drugs, but also about decision-making and self-esteem and anxiety and anger and stuff, all the things that go with it. If I didn't believe in a program, I wouldn't do it. And I think this is a great program because the kids, the teachers, the staff, and the parents get a chance to know that police officers are willing to do more than just enforce laws.
Yeah, keep an eye on this car up here. That's the second time I noticed that they did that. My responsibility as a field training officer is to train probationary officers just out of the academy. It's an extension of the hiring process. We're responsible for their training for the first 3.5 months out of the academy. It's on-the-job training, so it's taking what they learned in the academy and applying it to practical, everyday situations. Do you see how we pulled in? We're a little bit offset from the vehicle in front of us?
Yes.
That's for our safety as well, so we can see the driver. Okay. It's our last effort to make sure that that person has all the training that they need, all the tools that they need to succeed on the road on solo patrol and be an asset to the police department and an asset to the community that they serve.
We expect every police officer to be able to do all of the basic duties of a police officer. And there are certain requirements training-wise that regardless of your level in the organization, you're going to be expected to meet those qualifications each year.
Okay, Dave, now if you remember what we talked about in the classroom, we talked about shuffle steering. Although that we are given the authority under the vehicle code to exceed speed limits, go through red lights, those sorts of things, it is imperative that we're doing that in a safe manner. That's part of what this emergency vehicle operations is all about. What we try and do through training is create some of these scenarios and get officers to not only mentally rehearse it, but actually rehearse this training in person and developing these skills through practice and then putting them into use out on the streets.
So one of the things we want you to think about is if you do pursue a protection from abuse order, sometimes one of the hardest parts about responding to domestic violence, and I've heard this from patrol officers through the years, is that it just feels like this could be my sister. I could be talking to my sister right now, and so it's very hard for officers sometimes to respond to crimes against women. And so when I'm able to step in and talk to women about what's going on and get them to trust the system and know that the system can work towards making things better for them. So if we had
we have this city-type crime, but we also have the opportunity to be able to spend the time and handle a case the way it needs to be handled. And a lot of things I do with my position are victim-related crimes where you just don't handle the incident and move on. You make a personal relationship and you kind of make sure that they're receiving all the services they need. So we do have that ability here.
We're rated as one of the safer communities when it relates to violent crime, but in any community, I don't care how safe you are, you do occasionally have violent crimes that can occur in very dangerous situations.
Our goal as a tactical team is to master the basics. So we spend a considerable amount of our training time working with our weapons and our equipment, conducting firearms training, and then combining that with tactics training. If we have some type of a critical incident or critical event, we go immediately to that location and we become an option for the patrol officers who are dealing with that situation. We train on a regular basis to be able to resolve situations with the least amount of force necessary. Our citizens expect that they have some type of a response to critical incidents so that their safety is ensured. Our officers also expect that we'll be able to work as a team with them to help them in critical incidents also.
Are you willing to make a sacrifice for your community?
We need people who are willing to work with other people, to work within the community.
You can look at every situation differently, but you have to say what's best for the community in this situation, not what's easiest, what's the best.
And so that patience to deal with a person as a person is probably the strongest skill set you'll need to work in State College.
A sense of patience. You're going to deal in your law enforcement career with a lot of people that will try your patience.
You have to be able to shift gears real quickly and deal with different types of people from different cultures.
You have to be able to change your face in a second and go from helping people to maybe arresting somebody.
The type of person we're looking for is a person who is very intelligent, who's fit and very flexible.
And in this line of work, you're not looking for somebody to pat you on the back because you're not going to get that.
I've had such a rewarding career, and after almost 30 years, I can't think of a better profession than being a police officer, or a better place to do the job than in State College.